Good afternoon, class. Class President, can you please lead the prayer? Before you take your seat, please pick up your pieces of paper under your table. Thank you. Wow, I see a lot of faces today. Before we start, class monitor, please check the attendance. Okay, thank you. Once again, good afternoon, class. Are you ready to gain some knowledge for this afternoon? Before we go to our new lesson, we will first have an introductory activity entitled Table for Your Ideas. Are you now ready? Okay. With your corresponding group, complete the table below by providing the needed information in Manila paper. Write 5 words under each column that come to your mind whenever you hear the words politics, governance, and government. So complete this activity within 5 minutes and choose a one representative to discuss your answers. Do you understand? Okay, let's start your activity. Everyone, did you know that the presentation that you made is related to our new lesson? Okay, now you are now ready to discover and learn from our new discussion? Okay, let's go! So class, our activity earlier is related to our topic for today. So what do you think is our lesson for today? Okay, yes, Carlo? Okay, very good. Everybody, class, please read the objective for today. Thank you, class. So let us understand the concept of Philippine politics, how politics can be studied, and the meaning of governance. So are you now ready? Oh, I can hear you guys. Are you now ready? Okay. Okay, now that you know the lesson and objectives this afternoon, now I will start my discussion. Please listen very carefully and participate with our discussion and take down notes of the important details that I will discuss. Okay, class, are you now ready? Okay. Now I will give the floor to Merity Laonyo for the first discussion.
Our topic for today is all about the politics and political science. So according to Aristotle, the father of political science, once said, man is by nature of a political animal. The tendency and the interest of people towards anything political is because individuals are naturally social. So unlike other species, humans only rely on social interactions to survive. So, if the individuals are not self-suffocating, so they find the needs to group together as a community. So the politics is born out of these social interactions. Next, the word politics was formulated by the Greeks during the 4th and 5th century. It comes from the word polis, which means city or state. It deals with the power of society, and in general, it is said to be art and science of government. So the politics was inseparable from life in the polis, or a place of a state shared by a certain group of people. So, according to Plato and Aristotle, there are central concepts of politics. First is concept of justice. It is what and who is morally and politically right. Second is concept of power. Third, concept of the right types of constitutions and governments. And the fourth is concept of political structures, which different ideologies state. And fifth is concept of the right and virtuous leadership, which who should lead in a certain political system. Next, Head 1 by 2013 defined politics as an activity that involves interaction of people whose relationships is characterized by conflict and cooperation and who came together to solve such disagreement through building solutions. So political science is a social science discipline that studies the state and with government. It is a systemized body of knowledge based on facts which deals with experimentation and observation. So based on the given definition, there are four elements to become a science. First is the body of knowledge based on facts, deals with experiments, and last is observation. Next, the importance of politics. So the importance of politics has a 5, which is politics helps you to know your limits. Second is politics clarifies what you yourself believe. And politics is a living, breathing subject. And fourth is that politics helps you to understand our nation's parties. And the last one is politics prepares you for adult life. So there are several ways by which politics can be studied. Political science is an amazing discipline because it embraces an array of theoretical perspectives and a variety of analytic frameworks. So the major schools of thoughts in political science by Head 2013 is first, political tradition, otherwise known as political philosophy. It is regarded as the traditional approach to politics. The Greek philosophers Plato and Aristotle usually associated with this tradition as they know as what should or ought instead of what it is. So here in philosophical tradition, Plato and Aristotle usually do the traditional way how to become a major focus of political thoughts. Second is empirical traditions. So in empirical traditions, political scientists who advocate this approach believe that any account of political reality must be impartial and should thus be tested through observation. Those who work in this tradition therefore seek to analyze is one of the basic elements of the state that of the state. A state can have millions or even billions of people regardless of gender, and the smallest city in the world is Vatican City, and the largest or biggest city is China with a population in the world. Second is territory. So in state, we have a territory. It is the scope of land, sea, and air areas or boundaries where the populations of the state resides. So a territory is divided into three domains: terrestrial or the land, maritime, and the air. Next one is the government. So, of course, we have a state, we should always have the government. So the government is the machinery of the people where their hopes and aspirations are expressed, formulated, and realized. So the government is the basic agency of the state to carry its obligation. They are the one who do the laws and regulations to have the state. Next is sovereignty. Sovereignty is the supreme power to combine and enforce obedience by ergo principles of political science. And the last one is recognition. Recognition is the process where the state is granted international status. It can be implied and expressed. They are the one who, just like for example, they have certificates for the recognition. So the five elements of state according to modern political science is: the state is, while is considered as something abstract or for it has no existence as a material object, enjoys permanence. It is not confined to a particular space and is not embodied in any person or collection of persons by Cocott's 2018.
Now, let's proceed to the government and governance. So, when we say the government, it is defined as the group of people with the authority to govern a country or state, a particular ministry in office according to Oxford Dictionary. So, it is the instrument of the state through which the will of the people is expressed, carried out, and formulated. Thus, the government serves as the bridge that connects the people to the state. So, the government is very important because it is responsible for creating and enforcing the rules of a society, defense, foreign affairs, the economy, and public services. On the other hand, governance is defined as the process of decision making and the process by which decisions are implemented. At present, the terms government and governance are also used with confusion to a large extent. As an institution, it is the government which concretizes the policies and addresses the problems of the state. Good governance springs up when the government involves the people in its agenda and in the process of policy making. For you class, for you, what is the importance of governance in our country? Yes, Carlo? Very well said. According to the UNESCO for Asia and the Pacific, the following are the characteristics of good governance. So first is the participation, rule of law, transparency, responsiveness, census-oriented, effectiveness, and efficiency and accountability. So the citizens' satisfaction with their government is determinant of governance. Governance demands both the political will of policy officials and the participations of citizens. This only means that you are also part of governance. So good governance sets the normative standards of development, and of course, it is fosters participation, ensures transparency, demands accountability, promotes efficiency, and upholds the rule of in economics. Okay, class, in order for you to fully understand the content of our lesson, I want you to answer the questions I have prepared through oral recitation. Are you now ready? Okay. So here is the first question. So for you, Jara, what is the purpose of understanding the concepts of politics and governance to our country? Okay, very good. So for the next question, okay, for this side, okay? Yes, Adrian. So here's your second question. So for you, why it is needed to understand the value of politics? Okay? Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much for that wonderful answer. Okay, class, for the last question I have prepared. So, yes, Natalie. So, for you, what is the significance to have a government and a governance in our country? Okay? Well, very good. Are you prepared to work in group class? Okay, so this activity sheet will serve as your guide to complete the group activities that I have carefully prepared. So it is clear. It is clear, everyone? Okay. So our activity for today is entitled Let's Talk It Over. Review, research, and discuss among yourselves about our lesson. So, complete the table below by providing the needed information. So, answer the questions given below to fully cultivate your knowledge about the discussion about the concept of political science and importance of politics and the governance and the government. So, complete this activity within 20 minutes on one whole sheet of your paper. Are you now ready? Okay. Okay, class, time is up. For deepening your understanding about our topic, I prepared 3 questions in order for you to better understand our lesson. So, what about question number 1? Yes, Jara. So, for you, what way to establish how politics can be applied in our daily life? Okay, thank you. So, some more answer here from this side. Yes, Erskine, for you, what impact does concept relationship and importance of politics, governance, and government in our country? For you, what is your idea about that? Okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your insights. So, what about you, Leonard? Do you agree with Erskine's answer? Okay, well done. So, for the last questions, okay, yes, Mr. Paul. So, here's your question. As a student, what is your way or contribution country to develop and enhance the political system. Okay? Good job. Okay, let's hear Carlos' answer. Yes, Carlo? Okay, very good. Thank you for your cooperation, and I think you understand our topic for today.
Okay, now that you have successfully completed the group work, you are now ready to take another step of our lesson. I want you to take this one pieces of paper and answer the test one I provided. For the direction, read each statement, write true if the statement is correct and false if the statement is incorrect. So for the number one, politics is the actual process of how humans interact in groups. Second is political science, is the process by which people try to influence their government. And third, political science seeks to study the origin, nature, and functions of the state, government, and its all organs. And the fourth, politics is universal and it always the same. And the last one is politics involves issues, problems, and activities taking place in the society.
Now for the next level of your understanding. So now I prepared to my next question. So for the first question is, okay, for this side, I want to hear some insights here. Okay, okay? Yes, Janelle. So here's your question. So what is your own definition of politics and political science? Okay? Okay, very good. Thank you for that answer. So here from this side, okay? Yes, you. What is your answer, or what is your ideas or insights about what is your own definition of politics and political science? Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your ideas or your definition of politics and political science. So let's move on to another question for the last questions. Okay, let's hear Carlos' answer. So for you, Carlo, as a student, why do you think it's necessary for students who aspire to understand the politics and political science? Can you please explain to your classmates? Okay. Yes, Carlo, thank you so much for your answer.
Now let us go back to our topic. What was our topic all about again? In general, did it become clear the concept, relationship, and importance of politics, governance, and government?
Okay, class, let's move on to another understanding or another level of your understanding. So, get one whole sheet of paper and answer the following questions.
For the first question is explain the concept of politics, governance, and government. Next is explain the relationship of politics, governance, and government. And for the last is explain the importance of politics and governance and government. So there is also a rubric. So the highest point is 5 and the lowest is 1.
Okay, class, thank you for your presence for this afternoon. See you next meeting. Goodbye, class.